Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Amira binti Ishaq. Our group will present about the topic Malaysia National Blood Centre. And now I will introduce our group member. There are 5 members in our group, which are Shahira Akila binti Hanafia, Nur Amira binti Ishaq, Sri Wahida binti Othman, Sharifah Akila binti Syed Abdul Nahar, and Nurul Nadia binti Zubairi. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The National Blood Centre, which is NBCO, is a critical entity within the healthcare infrastructure, playing a central role in ensuring a steady and secure supply of blood for various medical treatments. Positioned as one of the key pillars of the country's healthcare system, the NBCO is entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining a consistent blood inventory to meet the demands of medical facilities nationwide. The primary focus of our study is to conduct a comprehensive analysis of the organizational changes that have been implemented within the National Blood Centre.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sharifah Akila binti Syed Abdul Nahar, and I would like to continue my part, which is the organization's overview. For the background information, the National Blood Centre (PDN) is one of the institutions under the Malaysian Ministry of Health that serve as a coordination and referral centre in the field of medical transfusion and carries out blood collection for the central region, namely the Federal Territory, Selangor, Negeri Sembilan and West Pahang, and supplies blood and products for patient use in government and private hospitals for the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya. PDN, located at Jalan Tun Razak, Kuala Lumpur, is an organisation that is responsible for planning and developing blood transfusion services at the central, regional and national level, while also working closely with the community in providing sufficient, quality and safe blood to patients in need. PDN is also responsible for conducting blood screen tests for the entire state of Selangor, Negeri Sembilan and West Pahang. In order to improve service quality and ensure that PDN members receive continuous training and learning, PDN has organized and provided training at internal, national, and international levels through courses, seminars, workshops, and conferences. PDN also provides training services to members at district hospitals, state hospitals, medical laboratory, medical officers, science officers, and advanced graduate trainees of Masters of Medicine and subspecialties, as well as students from public and private higher education institutions, IPTA. PDN has also received accreditation recognition from NATA. It is a National Association of Testing Authorities, Australia for the ISO or IEC 17025 standard. It is hoped that with this recognition, customers will be more confident in the services and blood products supplied from the aspects of quality and safety. For the vision, PDN and the National Blood Centre is ready to serve the community by providing sufficient and safe blood and to be an excellent reference centre in the field of medical transfusion. For the mission, the National Blood Centre always strives to provide quality services through a spirit of teamwork, prudence, and professionalism supported by an attitude of respect, the latest and innovative knowledge, and has a network of collaboration between other institutions, whether inside or outside the country, to carry out research and sharing knowledge for the well-being of patients, blood donors, individuals in healthcare, and society in general. For the objective, establish and maintain a pool of safe blood donors, provide blood components that are safe, sufficient, and suitable through the screening procedures and storage according to international standards. Ensuring optimal patient care through the use of appropriate blood and blood products. Establish and maintain collaborative relationships through training, research, and development in line with the needs of practice and the latest technology in the latest medical fields. Okay, for the rationale for choosing the organization, okay, our group was decided and rationale in choosing this organization. For us, this service is important to support the national health system implemented by the PDN and blood bank networks in hospitals. Blood supply is 100% from voluntary, non-remunerated blood donors, and this ensures that patients in need of transfusions have access to safe, quality, and timely blood supply when needed. PDN greatly appreciates the blood donation campaign organizers and blood donors in Malaysia who are always concerned and continue to donate blood. For example, experience during the COVID-19 pandemic highlights the role of organizers and blood donors in ensuring a resilient and sustainable blood supply for patients in need of blood transfusion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shahira Akila binti Hanafiah and I'm the next presenter who would like to talk about the Managing Change concept, which means the relevant concept from SAW Statement of Work. The National Blood Center Organization has statement of work that describe the needs of certain project. It specifies the scope of work, project deliverable, date, work location and payment terms and conditions. It used along with RFP request for proposal. This document is often used by organization. And the next one is MSA, Master Service Agreement. This is a governing contract that set the terms and condition of two parties for the duration of their partnership. Successful SAW management provide hiring manager with the resources they need to make educated purchase decisions and increase productivity throughout an organization. The elements of SAW can include purpose of the project, scope of work being performed, location of the project length, and any work requirement, escape deadline and deliverable, and acceptance criteria. So, what is the use of these two concepts? We can see from the connection between concept identify changes. Each hospital must establish a functionally engaged hospital transfusion committee (HTC) to ensure safe and appropriate transfusion practice. One of its many responsibilities will be to monitor hazardous transfusion even through an effective hemovigilance system inside the hospital, where this occurrence will be gathered and assessed and the result utilized to formulate remedial and preventive action. The discipline of the transfusion medicine is a fast-extending medical specialty. This fourth edition of transfusion practice guideline for clinical and laboratory personnel is the result of a complete revision and update of all of the previous version chapters. Blood donation and transfusion ethic codes, management of donor adverse reaction, a guide for dealing with various adverse donor response is provided. Adverse reaction in donors, documentation. 1. The event treatment and result of all adverse donor response must be adequately documented by the doctor in charge or health worker. They also include the process of preparing blood component, the permitted specification of the beginning material, anticoagulant or additive solution, packaging material, equipment, and intermediate and final component must be clear state in the procedure for the manufacturing of blood component. All these elements influence the quality of prepared component must be included in the specification. So, thank you.
Next, I will explain about the analysis of changes. The National Blood Center Organization (NBCO) exemplifies adaptability in the dynamic healthcare landscape, swiftly addressing complex challenges to ensure a reliable and safe blood supply. The first one is identification and descriptions of changes. For the policy adjustment, the National Blood Center respond dynamically to changes in the healthcare landscape by implementing crucial policy adjustments. This includes upgrading donor eligibility rules, enforcing rigorous screening methods, and modernizing governance practice. The significance is these policy adjustments are pivotal in enhancing the security and reliability of the blood supply. By adapting eligibility criteria and implementing stricter screening methods, NBCO aims to ensure the safety of donated blood, meeting the evolving health standards and mitigating potential risks. Second, process improvements. The National Blood Centre demonstrate a commitment to operational excellence through strategic process improvements. This involves streamlining logistics, automating blood collection and testing processes, and integrating cutting-edge technology. The significance is the focus on process improvements is geared towards enhancing blood product quality and operational efficiency. Automation and technology integration not only streamline processes but also contribute to quicker response times, reduce errors, and increase overall effectiveness in managing the blood supply. Last, systematic changes. The National Blood Centre addresses systematic changes comprehensively, potentially rebranding and restructuring. This involves a thorough examination of organizational structure, culture, and strategic direction. The significance is systematic changes reflect NBCO's proactive approach to evolving healthcare trends. The examination of organizational structure and culture provides valuable insights into how NBCO adapts to broader shifts in the healthcare landscapes. This may include rebranding to communicate a modernized image or restructuring to align better with emerging healthcare demands. Next, issues and challenges faced by the organizations. First, regulatory obligation obstacles. NBCO faces a challenge arising from evolving healthcare regulations, necessitating the navigation of complex documentation and execution issues. The significance for this is the dynamic nature of healthcare regulations can pose obstacles to the organization operations. Navigating through complex documentations and execution issues requires a strategic approach to ensure compliance. Failure to do so may result in legal consequences and disruptions in the supply chain. Our investigation aims to identify the strategies employed by the NBCO to overcome these regulatory obstacles and maintain adherence to evolving healthcare standards. Second is the technological integration challenge. The adoption of new technology introduced challenge including personal training and system integrations. Significance, integrating new technologies into operational processes can be complex undertaking. Challenge may include the need for personal training to ensure the effective use of technology and seamless system integration to avoid disruptions. Our analysis delves into how NBCO addresses this technological challenge, exploring the strategies employed to ensure a smooth transition, minimize downtime, and maximize the benefits of technological advancement. Lastly, changes in organizational culture. Structural changes within the National Blood Centre lead to shifts in organizational culture. Organizational culture plays a crucial role in influencing employee morale, workplace dynamics, and cooperations. The structural changes can disrupt established norms and practices, potentially leading to resistance or confusion among employees.
Thank you, Mira, for the wonderful explanation. I am Suraida will briefly explain the discussion. Law, rules, or underlying economic trend can change, so company and organization must constantly evolve and adapt to deal with new issues. Problems like this can be caused by many things, from the new rivals to the technology changes. Things might stay the same or even fail if this is still needed. Change management is a systematic way to ensure that organizational change goes smoothly from the beginning to the end. Implementing, planning, implementing, and finally ending. There are two main points I want to discuss. The first one is insight into the change management process. Change management is essential to make changes at the National Blood Bank. But how did they change their knowledge of change management with their workers, blood donors, and colleague friends? How can we show how valuable and skilled the National Blood Bank? People who work at National Blood Bank often delight when changes are made to the organizations. Because of this, change management is critical. It helps ensure everyone is on the same page and know why the change is happening and what they need to adapt. People who work at the National Blood Bank and are aware of the changes are suitable for the organization as a whole. After looking at things from different angles, here are some of our ideas about what we learned about the change management process. The first one is increased level of productivity. When there is a clear plan for changes, people can focus on their work and not worry about what is going on around them. The second one is expectations, because it will take time for employees to get used to changes. It is essential to set realistic goals. The change process starts after some time, and it may take time for everyone to adjust to the new situation fully. The third one is need assistance throughout the transition process. When people who work for National Blood Bank face problem or hurdles, they can get the help they need because of the open lines of communication set up during change management process. The fourth is acknowledge achievement throughout the process. The change process is often complex, but it is essential to recognize and celebrate any progress made along the way. This can make easier for the change to stick, encouraging good behavior and keeping people motivated. National Blood Bank needs to follow this tip for good change management so they can make changes quickly and efficiently while also reducing stress and confusion. Okay, that's all from point 1. Okay, now we go through the second one. It's about relationship between changes and managing change concept. Change management provides a structural method, tools, and principles to help people make the transition to result from an organization future state. A change is a process of going from one state to another. Change management is help each other throughout their changes and the change that happen within the organization. Change management and effective management go hand in hand. For manager to be effective, they need to know what causes change and how to work with their teams to make the case for change and figure out the best way to make it happen. Some groups know the basics of change management and management of change, while others have never heard of try change management. Managing change is about changing how people act, while change management is changing how things work. This is often used in business of manufacturing setting for team but can be used anywhere. Some groups are very good at both these things. You need to understand these two critical terms better to have reasonable control of them. There is always change in the world we live in. Business will handle change well in the environment to stay alive and grow. To handle change well, you need to use change management process for the technical side and change management process for the people. You will feel that your organization will feel the consequences if this isn't done. You must either change or die. You can make up your mind. That's all from me. Thank you.
flexibility, technology group, modification to distributed, variable renewable energy generators and distributed conventional generators have the highest solution potential. In comparison, centralized demand response and new or modified large conventional generators have the Next is recommendation for future change initiatives. Number one is make a respect a cornerstone. Creating a corporate where staff members at all levels treat each other respectfully is an effective way of improving organizational performance. Respectful interactions at work can help raise the overall morale within the company, which positions employees to perform at a higher capacity. Higher respect levels with an organization can also help with talent maintenance as it makes the National Blood Center organization more attractive to outside hires and make it easier to retain valuable employees because they feel they receive the respect that they deserve. Number two is demonstrate a pathway for progression. An effective way to improve National Blood Center organization retention is to use internal promotions for successful employees by changing their approach to filling senior positions with internal employees. You can show that team members have a path to career advancement remaining with the company. This can help keep ambitious but effective employees interested in their work with the National Blood Center organization and reduce their exposure to employees turnover. Number 3 is understand the importance of professional balance. Having a work and personal life balance is important for an employee, especially National Blood organization, as it allows them to work at their best during business hours. Updating companies' policies with change that highlight the importance of finding a balance between the two is an excellent way to create a positive work culture that generates a strong result and keep employees happy. If your current working structure requires significant overtime or unpredictable hours for staff, changing to bring consistency may improve employee happiness and company results. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, for the in conclusion, tremendous progress has occurred over the past few years. Research and study can help to figure out the problems and issues that donors and service providers face during the blood donation. Besides, some feeders are also included inside the app according to the survey and research of the people out there. Okay, the adaptive approach employed to integrate user feedback obtained through comprehensive research and surveys has been instrumental in customizing the application's functionalities to cater to the distinct requirements and inclinations of the relevant stakeholders. The emphasis on user satisfaction highlights the commitment to offering a platform that satisfies both technical needs and participant expectations in the blood donation process. For our group, why we choose this organization, blood donation is very important, especially for our communities nowadays. It not just can save lives, but also can help people to change their life. As we know, the awareness of the blood donation process, but also hope to attract the public to join blood donation. That is the reason why the National Blood Center was established. The awareness of the donation among Malaysians was still very low. A gamification features on achievement can encourage more people to get involved on blood donation. In the future, hope Hero can have further development and collaboration with Pusat Darah Negara as a service provider to build up blood donation awareness among Malaysians to create a selfless society. The slogan for this year, for 2023 World Blood Donor Day campaign celebrate on 14 June 2023 is Give Blood, Give Plasma, Share Love, Share Often. It focuses on patients requiring lifelong transfusion support and underlines the roles every single person can play by giving them the valuable gift of blood or plasma. As we move forward, we envision Hero continuing to develop into a powerful and dynamic force that collaborates with Pusat Darah Negara. We hope to establish Hero as a comprehensive service provider that contributes to wider society goals, as well as a catalyst for greater blood donations through strategic collaboration. We hope to create a community in which giving blood is deeply ingrained as a necessary and essential component of compassionate life by cultivating a communal awareness that values selflessness. Our goal is to move Malaysia closer to creating a society where saving life and giving back to others flourishes, ultimately improving the welfare of our fellow residents by persistent efforts and cooperative collaborations.